To my friends in the homeless community, I'm Donald Whitehead, Executive Director for the National Coalition for the Homeless. I am also a person who has been in recovery for over 29 years and a person who's also experienced homelessness. And I'm coming to you today with a request. My request is that you get involved in advocacy. We've been working with many of you to develop your leadership skills for moments just like these. We are in a crisis situation. The multiple attacks upon our population, we must take up a stand and really work to mitigate, work to prevent, work to resolve, and also work to keep from happening. And let me just share with you a couple of the most important things that we have to do. I know many of you are dealing with increased criminalization in your community, and we absolutely have to fight as hard as we can. Please, if you don't do anything else, write a letter, make sure you make a call to your elected officials. And now is a great time to do that. As they go on to recess, they'll be at home doing town halls. They'll be in their local offices. Please make it a point to make sure that they hear your voice. Your voice is more important than ever because some of the people that help guide you to the other side or are in the midst of guiding you to the other side are under attack. And many of them don't have the ability to speak for themselves. So I'm speaking about providers that offer shelter and services and food and clothing, all the things that help you through those dark times. And I know those times well myself. Please do what you can to help them be able to continue to do those services for others down the road. Right now, the homeless services community is under attack. There is a proposed cut of 80% to staff at HUD in the CPD program, a 50% cut overall. Our system cannot stand that kind of cut in staffing. And so I urge you to not only speak on your behalf on the issue of criminalization, but also contact your national elected officials, your senators, your congressmen, they're in town. But also make those calls to your local city council and your sheriff and whoever is making those horrible decisions about criminalization instead of services. This is our time. We've often talked about the need for your voices to be heard. So I hope you'll take the opportunity to do that and use whatever sphere of influence that you have. If you're part of a club or part of a congregation, to get others to do that. We are in a critical situation. We haven't seen this kind of attack on our way of being or our services for decades. And I cannot stress to you anymore how important it is for you to get involved. So I'm pleading with you. I'm asking you to do what you can, even if it's putting messages on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, whatever you can do to help move the situation in a positive way, we need to do that. We also have budget discussions right now that are considering cutting Medicare benefits, cutting SNAP benefits, and all for $1 trillion tax cut for the richest among us. We've often heard about trickle-down economics, but what really is happening right now in front of us is an effort to enrich people and do that on the backs of people that are marginalized in our community. This cannot stand. We don't have a lot of financial power, a lot of institutional power, but what we do have And what we can always use is the power of the people, the power of our voices, the power of those collective voices to make change. We've seen it happen throughout history. Many thought that people of color, African Americans, would be enslaved forever. But we were able to defeat that. Many people thought that women and people from the LGBTQIA two-spirit plus population would never gain rights, and all of those are being eroded. So I beg of you, I ask of you, please get involved. This is our time to make a difference. This is our civil rights movement. But today it's the homeless rights movement. We need your help to change the trajectory of what's happening. We cannot afford to sit back or sit on our hands while this is going on. So please join us at the National Coalition for the Homeless in this important life-saving fight for both our friends that are experiencing homelessness and our friends that are delivering services. Both of these are equally as important. And again, I hope that you'll join us. You can reach me directly at dwitehead@nationalhomeless.org. I promise I'll get back to you. Please go to our website, www.nationalhomeless.org, for information about how to get in touch with your member, for information about other things you can do in the community, like joining our Bring America Home Now campaign. We ask that you do all of those things in whatever time you have. And again, use your sphere of influence to make sure that we don't allow our rights, our resources, and our way of life from being taken away from us by those who are at the top of our society when it comes to riches. So I thank you very much for listening, and I hope you'll get involved. And we can end homelessness. We can make housing a human right, but it's going to take all of us to do it. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Donald Whitehead with the National Coalition for the Homeless, and we need your voice. Thank you. Have a great day and join us in the fight.